My computer. You all hear the nice lady sharing her nice message. Well, good afternoon. Let's say good morning. These things are all different times. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a good sized crowd today, and it's only hopefully going to grow. So thank you guys for being here, for joining this informational. If you guys don't know me, my name's JD. I am your Senior Digital Marketing and Technologies Manager, and I am really excited about this session. Again, if you've been here before, you know how much I love my BombBomb sessions. Today in particular, I'm excited because I've been able to be on a couple really fun trainings recently and conversations recently that have really informed what I want to talk to you guys about today, and really for the next few months, where our marketing group sort of sessions and informationals and trainings are going to be kind of geared towards. So what I want to start with is a little bit of that, for lack of a better word, philosophy. So I don't know if anybody on this call, I didn't go through the names before I started this sentence, but if anybody on this call was in the northern Michigan region and saw the listened to the Dan Elzer training, it would have been last Tuesday, his conversation. Dan Elzer is a real estate coach, speaker, presenter, and he came to the northern Michigan region and gave a really great conversation, speech, presentation about a lot of things. But one of the things that resonated with me the most is he spoke a lot about how the next few months, year, however, whatever you want to look at it for, in the real estate market, it's not going to be just about. Oh, actually, went in the South of Michigan too. That doesn't matter, but it's in my head. It's not going to be just about passive marketing. It's going to be really about active marketing, and I want to kind of break that down, because what passive marketing means in this context of how Dan was speaking is that passive marketing is very generally anything that includes marketing collateral. So anything that you do in terms of social media, postcards, mailers, anything that kind of comes out from you and is sent out into the world for somebody to see you, whether it be online, in person, in email, or sorry, not in person, in print, in email, something like that, something that is being sent out to go, hey, don't forget, I'm a realtor. Don't forget, I'm local, I can help, etc. Back in the past few years, pre-COVID, and even in 2020, 2021, Dan was making the point that was enough. That really was enough to keep, because the market was so busy and there were so many buyers and so many people trying to list. That was enough to remind people, hey, I'm here, I'm ready to sell. And they're like, yes, please help me sell. Here's here are my friends and family, help them sell their homes. And nowadays, especially with the way the market has kind of normalized, that isn't enough anymore, because sellers are questioning more. They want to be informed more. People have, there's obviously all of the headlines and all of the things that are being said in the news, that whether somebody catches all of it or just the headline or a little bit, they're just a little more hesitant. And what was working 3, 4, 5 years ago is not working as much now. So what we need to do is pair that with what Dan called active marketing. And what active marketing entails is basically any version of outreach that's coming from you, the agent, to the client. Something that you are actively doing to get out there and to make sure that you are going to people and staying top of mind, not just hoping they continue to see your stuff and that is enough. And what was really kind of fun for me was that we have our marketing group informational at the end of the month on October 30th, which everybody should attend, all of these, all the time. But I had kind of planned that and the information in it, and then listened to Dan's speech, and it was almost verbatim or almost the exact same content about active marketing, which made me go, okay, we're on the right track here, because what we need to do, what we as agents need to do now and into the next quarter and into the next year, is go out and actually talk to our clients, stay in touch with our sphere, get in front of the people that we know. Sending the stuff out passively is not enough anymore. It is vital. It is 50% of what we need to be doing. It's not saying that needs to be ignored anymore, but we need to pair that with actively going out there and actively talking to people. And so what I wanted to do today was talk about and dive into one big piece of how we can do that with a tool like BombBomb. So what I want to do is kind of talk about what BombBomb is as a whole. most of our informationals for BombBomb, I do that already, so I'm not going to spend too much time there. But I really want to talk about one of the big features of BombBomb that we don't spend a lot of time on, which is the screen recorder. Because the screen recorder feature is a really cool piece of the BombBomb that works on both mobile and desktop, that will allow you to get in front of your clients in a way that is valuable to them, as opposed to just, hey, it's JD here, hope you're doing well. There's a way to provide value to them both during a transaction and when doing outreach, when you're just trying to stay in touch. So normally when we do our trainings and our calls, we have our backgrounds blurred. As you can see, I don't right now because eventually I'm going to be showing you guys my phone screen and then it gets blurry and then it doesn't work. It's a whole thing. So I don't want you to think I'm like proud of, I like the music poster over here, but everything else, I just want to make sure that that this all runs really smoothly. So let's talk about what BombBomb is from square one. BombBomb is a video communication tool. Plain and simple, it is a tool that you can leverage through your computer, through your email, through your phone, that allows you to record and send video to your clients in ways that make it easy for your client, easy for you, and really helps build an emotional relationship versus just a transaction. So a couple of the features that kind of set it apart, again, I don't want to spend too much time on this just because there are plenty of other informationals and videos we have out there that do spend a lot of time on this. One, especially nowadays, kind of in a virtual kind of not post, but post-COVID world where we're doing a lot of things not as much in person as we used to. I've heard of so many agents, seen so many agents doing the video walkthroughs. I can't make it to the listing for another week, but if you could go and record a video of it for me, that will allow me to see a walkthrough and see what the property is like. The problem is what happens is we hit record on our phone and we just start filming. And some of us do a pretty decent job of doing it as 60 seconds, a 2-minute video. I've seen videos on agents' phones of 7-minute walkthroughs, and that stays on your phone as a video. And then you try to text that or email that, which is even harder, text that to your client. And that doesn't go over well because you're sending, it takes how long to send that big of a video, how much data that's storing on your phone, and sending, praying that you have an unlimited data for your plan. Your client then has to download that video. And then that file is staying on their phone and in their messages. And it's a very convoluted method and takes a lot of time. And it's just not the most streamlined process. On top of that, excuse me, it's hard to, you could use something like YouTube, but if you were to just send that one video through text, what if you wanted to use that video for something else? What if you sent somebody a market update, but then you've got other clients who want to see it? Okay, well, now you got to send it to them all individually. What if you want to put it on the computer? You're like, hey, this would actually be great for a newsletter. Now you got to get it from your phone to the computer, which seems simple, but weirdly, it never is. So the whole thing just gets really messy. What BombBomb does is it tries to simplify that as easily as possible. It is an app, it is a desktop, or it's a website, and it's an integration into a bunch of things to try to make video as easy as possible. So I could take my phone with the BombBomb app, and let me open it up real quick here. The app, I could click on it, and when I open up the app here, once it loads, the first thing I'm going to see is a video recorder. First thing I see is, all right, JD, record your video. And I can start recording right away. I can record whatever I want to do. And when I hit done, it will automatically save the video to basically my BombBomb cloud. As soon as this video is done recording and saving, it's automatically available for me on my computer. It's automatically available for me in my email. There is no limit to how many videos you can record. There is no limit to how long your videos can be. You have unlimited cloud data or cloud storage with your videos, and they are available across all of your devices as soon as you record and save it. So already your access to your videos is incredibly streamlined compared to recording it on your phone, trying to save it, and then share it to your computer, whether you have Apple products or Android, and doing that whole convoluted mess. So it makes sharing a lot easier. And this is always, if you've been on the BombBomb trainings before, this is always my favorite part of it. It's where I annoy Carrie Scott with the video. So the other thing that's fun about video or about BombBomb is that you can text or email them, but they come through far more effectively than a YouTube link. So if I were going to send Carrie a YouTube or a video through YouTube, I'd copy and paste the link, and she'd get a little link in her messages or her email, just a little youtube.com/blah blah bloop bloop. Whereas if I go to BombBomb, first of all, my entire library is still available right here. Every video I've recorded, I can click one video. This is a video that I've done recently. First of all, you see that little motion right there, so that you get these cool little GIFs in there. But what I can do is I can click on the text button right there. I'm going to put Carrie's name in my messages. You'll see it pops up just like I'm in iMessage all of a sudden. I click Carrie's name. I click send. And this is how it comes through for Carrie. It comes through like that in her messages. And if she clicks play, she can actually watch my video in her iMessage. She doesn't have to open a link if she doesn't want to. She doesn't have to download anything. She doesn't have to do anything from her end as a user besides hit play. So already for your client, for the person viewing the video, it's vastly simpler for them to watch what you want them to watch. No sign in, no downloading, nothing. And you have motion coming through like that. I always tell people when I first started communicating with BombBomb about getting a company contract, they always had little whiteboards right here. And they would write on it something like, you can see my sloppy pen handwriting, but they'd write on it something like, "Hi, JD." And so the motion in that image would be them doing this with my name on a board, which honestly was probably a little bit more creepy than than not. That was one of the ways where they go, "Hey, I'm going to make this more personal. I'm going to make this actually more about me talking to you, not just here's a quick link." So basically, in that one regard, it's about the access and the ease. Now, if you send a BombBomb video through email, it does the exact same thing. It has the image right there in the video, or sorry, in the email. So they're not just getting a YouTube link. They're not just getting a click here to watch this video. When they open the email, they see you. If you guys signed up for this informational from the emails that were going out, which is probably how you did, you saw me in that video at the bottom kind of waving and click on it and you could watch it. That's how it comes through in your emails to your clients. So that's the way you do it. I think, Mike, can you do the steps for text one more time? Yep, it's super simple. If you download the app, you can either record a brand new video, like by literally opening the app, clicking record, or you can go to your library across the bottom. You choose the video you want, and then you click text. And then you put that person's name in there. A contact in your phone already, a group of people in your phone, or a brand new number. So that's the phone part of it. A couple other platforms that you can use when you have BombBomb. Again, I'm just going to kind of go through this part relatively quickly because we do have other videos for this. You can, of course, because it is a web-based platform, and this is 2023, there is, of course, a digital or an online dashboard. So when you sign up, you'll get your logins and you'll be able to go to bombbomb.com and voila, here you are. So you go to BombBomb. They do have a lot of their own trainings, by the way, which are great. But you can go here. You've got all of your videos here. Again, if I go over here to videos across the top, every video I've ever done from day one, about 4 or 5 years ago, they're all right here for me to use. I can connect my contacts from Gmail if I want to. I can create emails and templates in here if I want to. So I'm getting ahead of myself. With the videos on the computer, I haven't tested this on mobile, but you can actually, after you've shot a video, you can trim that video. So I could go over here to edit, and you can actually trim the video. I can edit it a little bit from the beginning and end. They're adding more features. They've told me they are working on adding more editing features, but they're basically building a video editor within BombBomb. You can add a call to action. You can change the thumbnail you want. You can do a bunch right within here. Additionally, we have recently, as of I'm talking 2-3 weeks ago, turned on a feature that each of you, if you have a BombBomb account, you are able to go in and from the side menu over here. I don't have this as an option because I'm the admin, but you will all have options to turn on. Oh, sorry, Billy. You don't need to turn. I'm trying to mute people. Billy Ward, if you just got a notification for me to unmute, you can ignore that. You can actually turn on captions. So as you record your video, it will automatically ask you, or it will automatically generate captions for people who can't listen to your video but still want to watch it and get the content from it. So again, they keep adding features like this little by little. So you can edit the videos. The other thing about videos that I love is that if you were to record a brand new video here on the website, I'm a big believer videos should not be scripted. Video at the end of the day is about building relationships. It's about having people be able to get to know you a little bit easier than through an email. So if I go over here to new video up in the upper right corner and I can click record myself, I can still be nervous though, right? Like, okay, I don't have a script, but I need to remember what I'm going to say. Oh, that's a great little image of me clasping my chest. If I open this thing right here, it says speaker notes. I'm going to open this up. I can write notes right above my video about what I want to make sure I don't forget to say, what I want to make sure I cover. Maybe I'm doing a market update and I want to make sure I cover 2 or 3 specific points. Like I say, days on market up 4%. Average sales price down 7%. And then, work with me, right? I want to make sure I say something like that at the end. I can put those there, and those are just going to be for me. Those are not sent out with the video. Those are not shared to any client. That's just so that while I'm looking at my set recording the video, I can look right there, see my notes, so I don't have to glance down at my script or glance here or there. I can see it right here. So using that is huge. Having that available for you is a really cool thing. The other thing you can do from the dashboard, I believe you can do this now from mobile and the integrations as well, but there are email templates here. So normally when I send somebody a BombBomb email, it's an email with a quick little video in there. And it doesn't look great. It's like, okay, cool, there's a video in there and it looks nice because there's a video, but okay, what else can I do in there? In BombBomb, if I were to click new email and go to this composer here, there are actually tons of templates. If I go here to change template, I can open this up and there are tons of templates that every single DBA that we have, there's a template here for you to use and put your video in here so they look that much more formal, that much nicer, that much more put together. So I can click here, I can record a new video, upload a video, choose one I've already done. Again, the video options are always going to be easy there for you to do. Put my video in there. All of this information right here is going to populate with my headshot and my contact info. And now my video looks just that much better, or my email looks just that much better, right? A nice logo, nice contact info, just looks nicer than if it was just shooting a quick video over. Last but not least, do we still have custom CB backgrounds? Yes, we do. So if you were to record a video, there's about 2 or 3 in here right now. Just real quick, if you were to record a video, it should allow you to, and I don't know why it wouldn't, but if it doesn't, you know how it goes. If you were to record a video right here, it says effects. And if I were to click on that, you can blur, or of course, we have some options here. They have their kind of native ones if you want to be yee-hawing out in the West. There are also 3 different Coldwell Banker options, a couple nice office options, or just a nice CB logoed one. Make sure you don't have a gamer chair because apparently that likes to bleed through a little bit. And then the last thing I wanted to show was that, I always tell people BombBomb is great, but any new tool, any tool you're looking at, any tool you're trying to figure out, does this work for me? Does this work for my workflow? That key right there at the end is the workflow part. My goal whenever talking about new technologies, whenever talking about things that people should be looking at or integrating, my goal is not to go, hey, you should take this and just shove it into your workflow without any thinking it through. So what I always tell people is listen to these ways that you can leverage it and then find the way that works the best for you. The way that works the best for me is the Gmail integration. So I have BombBomb integrated directly into my Gmail. So when I go to do an email, I can make, normally I would do it smaller, but I can make it big here. I'm going to use Daniela because she was the one who just sent a little message in. And I can say, or check out this video. And I can go, hey, Daniela, got a short update for you below. And so then I have the icon here in the corner, and I can simply click the icon. Oh, I just moved it. Click the icon, record a video right here, say what I have to say. I can record a brand new one. This is normally how I do it. I record a brand new video. I can record my screen, which we're going to get to in a little bit here. Or I can, if I were to not record the brand new video, from over here, I can click videos and I can access, again, every single video I've ever done. They're all right here. I could choose the video. I could click insert, and there it is. So there's the video. This is how I use it the most. I'm in Gmail all day, every day. That tab is always up. Instead of having to do it from my phone, unless I'm on the go, instead of having to have the BombBomb tab up the entire time, I love using the Gmail integration because it's just so easy and smooth and quick for me to go. So those are the three main ways. Now, last point I'll say before we move on to the meat of today is that Gmail is not the only integration. There is an Outlook integration. There are a couple more. So in the bottom right corner of your dashboard, there's literally a button down here. It's a little teeny tiny, but it says View Integrations. You can click on that. It's going to bring you to a page where all of the available integrations are here for you to go, are here for you to do. Daniela says, LMG, I'm so excited because I've been working on customizing some videos for introduction to out-of-town clients or pre-listing presentations. Well, Daniela, this is only going to help you even more where we're going next with this. So I love the hype. That was not pre-planned. It's just a great segue. So you can use this to see all the integrations available. There are some great ones. But yeah, so those are the kind of the three main ways to kind of leverage BombBomb in your business. Now, normally where I go from here is I kind of talk about all the different types of videos you can be doing, right? How can you be reaching out to clients? What should the videos be about? There are a lot of opportunities to reach out to your clients one-on-one. The way that I always kind of talk about it is that video is a great way to connect to somebody in a far more personal way than text. And by text, I mean than an email, than a literal text message, than a printed postcard. I always share this same story because it still seems relevant, is that when I was buying my first home, we were working with a realtor in the Holland area who is just one of the knockout best realtors in town. And one of our agents. It'd be weird if it wasn't. But there was a house that we were putting an offer on that we were super excited about. Put a decent offer in, and of course, it was 2017, so there was offers, probably, I don't know, 200 grand over, but we didn't get it. And he sent us a text that just said they picked another offer. Sorry, no punctuation or no period at the end. They picked another offer. Sorry, a few words, and that was it. Now, we knew him well enough to know that he was bummed for us and upset and very sympathetic. But if that was the first time you were working with an agent, if that was the first time an interaction, first few weeks you'd ever talked to that person, that might feel very cold. That might feel like, oh man, that person really didn't, they're just shooting that text off quick so that they can move on to whatever's next. And a lot can be assumed from one person in text, and a lot can be lost in translation over text. So we all have a story of something like that happening, whether it's in our own relationship of, well, you texted me and said this, or if somebody texts just you just okay, right, or K, and you're like, all right, great, they're mad at me, like that sort of a thing. A lot can be lost over that. What video can allow you to do is be more sympathetic. It can allow you to show that client or those clients that you're with them, you're sympathizing, saying, hey guys, listen, just want to let you know that the home on Howard Avenue, they did pick another offer. I called the agent. It sounds like it was actually pretty far over most of the other offers. So I know you guys really wanted that home. I'm really sorry. But it's a competitive market. It's like we talked about. There are 2 or 3 more that have come on the market in the past day or so that I'm going to send you after this. But again, just want to say I'm really sorry, and we'll keep looking. I'm excited about the ones that just came on, and if you want to see any of them, just shoot me a text and we'll make it happen. All right, talk to you soon. Something like that, 30 seconds feels so much more personal than maybe a quick text or a quick email. One of the examples BombBomb has that I've shared before is an agent telling a client like, hey, we just got all the feedback back from the open house and everybody says it's the price. We really got to lower the price. I think it's the best option. So if you want to talk about that, I have time today or tomorrow, something like that, as opposed to just a quick email saying, got the feedback back, we should lower the price, right? Hard messages, hard conversations, or birthdays, home anniversaries, right? Reaching out on fun events and stuff like that, as opposed to just the typical postcard that is sent out with your printed signature automatically. So that's normally where I go. And like, again, we have videos on that. I recommend watching them because it's all about building those relationships. But what I wanted to do today was talk about the screen recorder and talk about two specific ways that you can build relationships and maintain relationships with the screen recorder tool. So what the screen recorder is it probably does exactly what you think it does. It allows you to show your screen in the video and walk somebody through something. So I'm going to pull up a document here for one of my examples, but basically, if I were to go to BombBomb, and I'm going to warn you guys, it can get a little funky because I'm going to try to share my screen through Zoom and then also try to share my screen through BombBomb. So it might get a little bit funky and not work the way that, it just might get a little slower, choppy. So I'm going to try to prevent that, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to share my Zoom screen here. And what we're going to see is I'm going to go to new video. Now, again, I'm going to do this from the desktop BombBomb website, but you can do this through mobile. They have a screen recorder on mobile, and they have a screen recorder through the Gmail version as well, or any of the integrations. But I'm going to click new video up here, and you'll see there's right there, it says record screen. So I'm going to click record screen, and it's going to bring me not only to the video screen here, but there's going to be another pop-up. It says, do you want to open the screen recorder? Now, I like to check this box, always allow, but basically it's going to say, hey, is it okay if we record your screen? And you're going to say, hopefully, for the sake of this, you're going to say yes. It's going to say, yep, go ahead. It's going to open the screen recorder. And now you're going to see a couple little pop-ups around my computer here. You're going to see my face in the corner. You're going to see a little person and stop button and timer down here. And then in the lower right-hand corner, you're going to see the thing that literally says BombBomb screen recorder. So now I am set up to start recording my screen. If I were to click start right down here, BombBomb is going to, the video is going to give me the countdown like normal of 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to start recording my screen and shooting my video. Now you're going to have little JD down here, mini JD in the corner. I can click X so I don't appear and it's just my screen, or I can keep it going the entire time and have me down there. Now, it goes without saying that what can you do with a screen recorder? Well, you can share your screen, right? You can share your screen and share with somebody whatever you want to share. But I want to talk about a couple specific ways that we can do this. One of them that I want to talk about is how you can use it when you're with a client, when you're in a transaction already. And then I really want to talk about a really simple way. It's something that we've done that I'm sure you've done before with clients, but a way to do it with BombBomb to actively market, to actively outreach to somebody. So how can I use this with a client already? The number one way that I always think about it is that you can walk them through something that they don't understand. So I use myself for an example. When we bought our first home, we were 22, maybe 22, and we were entering the home buying, the real estate industry, real estate market, which includes lots of paperwork, talking to lenders for the first time, big stacks of signatures for the first time, and a lot of that did not make sense, let alone using electronic signature programs for the first time. Now, that can be true of anybody from first-time home buyers to people who are downsizing, maybe who are, it really can be true of anybody on any part of the age spectrum who go, hey, I've never done this before. I don't know how to do this. Maybe you're on vacation and need to show them how to do something to get some signatures. Maybe they're out of town and need to sign something, but don't know how to do it. You can pull something up on screen and go like this. So let's try it. Let's see if we can make this work. One quick thing that you can do though, so even though this is in the screen recorder mode, if we go back to my face, little mini JD down here in the corner, you'll see again, there's this little person down here. And if I hover over it, it says switch to camera mode. So what's cool about this, and it's going to show me, it's going to go from mini JD to giant JD. So I'm going to warn you that my face is going to become huge on the screen. fair warning. But what I can do is I can actually switch to camera mode and bring my face up here, and I can actually start the recording here and then switch to screen mode later. So I'm going to show you how that's going to look and why I would want to do that. So I'm going to click start recording up here. It's going to give me the 3, 2, 1. Go, hey, John, Jane, really excited for you guys. I cannot believe that you guys got your offer accepted on the home that you were calling the dream home. I'm super excited. I got your text being a little concerned about the paperwork, right? Like lots of things on there that might not make sense. A couple pieces that were confusing about the price and any sort like contingencies and what that might look like, and just where you needed to sign and what that looked like from an electronic signature. So I just wanted to walk through that with you, hopefully try to make it as clear as possible. But of course, if you do have questions, just call me after and I will be more than happy to answer those. So let me pull that up for you quick. So now I'm going to go down here. This is Meta. I'm talking to the audience now. I'm going to go down here and see where it says switch to screen mode, or that little really teeny icon. I'm going to switch. And I've gone from me talking to sharing my screen. And I'm going to pull up my document. And this is just a guide, but I'm going to say, okay, so let's walk through this. So the first few paragraphs, you can see I've written in the price, I've written in the address. That's the really basic stuff, just saying, here's what we've agreed to. Now, I know once we got down here, this is where things became a little confusing. So let me explain what this means. ABC, explain that to them. And then you'll see at the bottom here on about 4 of these pages, and they're all highlighted, you do need to initial these, not sign them, but initial them. Now, the e-signature program that we use, you'll be able to click it and e-sign it. And then after you click continue, it's going to take you right down to the next page where you need to do this. So it's going to walk you through it the entire time, and you're not going to need to worry about, oh, did I sign it in the right place? Did I not? And as you do that, if you think you've finished, but you haven't, they're going to give you that notice. They're going to give you a little alert that pops up and says, signature still required, and it's going to show you where that is. So that's what this paragraph means. That's what this paragraph means. And here, and here is where you're going to sign. And then once you're done, you're just going to click this button down here, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's about it, guys. If you have questions, let me know, but I'm more than happy to walk through this with you. And once they're all signed, shoot me a text, because once I get those documents from you, I can send them on to the next people and we can start the process rolling. Okay. Talk to you soon. And then I click stop recording. So what's nice is that I can start a video like that by sharing my face, talking to them directly, and starting with a, hey, this is me, kind of really starting the conversation, making it a little more personal, and then pull up what we're talking about. So that's number one. That's one way to use it when you're already with a client in a transaction, or in a relationship, working through homes and stuff like that. The other way you can do it, again, I won't do a test video, but is to show people maps, show people stuff going on in the areas, especially if you're working with somebody out of state and maybe they have, or maybe just moving to a different area in that state. They might have questions about the market. They might have questions about what's this neighborhood like versus this neighborhood. And you can pull up stats, this neighborhood versus this neighborhood, this city versus this city, to show them, yeah, so this is what this part looks like. This is why you might want to live here. This is why you might want to live here. Here, give the information that is relevant to them in that conversation. So that's one of the things you can do there. And then the other part of it, and before, let me slow down. Before we move on to the other part of the active marketing part, I want to stop here and just take a breather, because we all know that I can talk fast, and I know there's a lot of information here, but does anybody have any questions so far about the screen recorder, how we've leveraged it, or even anything before that? Any questions so far? Okay, well, we've got the chat there, so please feel free to again, write in that chat and ask away. So I want to go back to, oh, there we go, perfect timing. Can we play around with it? And in what way do you mean, Denise? Can you follow up with that? Write a little bit more in there. And I'll keep talking about the active marketing part, then kind of come back to that question. So in terms of, I want to kind of go back to that philosophy, because what's really interesting to me is that, and again, the years that I've worked here, I've been part of or listened to or heard about a bunch of different training programs, or coaching programs. So I've heard Dan talk a bunch. I've heard Tom Ferry talk a bunch. I've heard about the ninja training. I've heard about all these different training programs. And they all sort of the main aspect of all of these really comes down to talk to people, whether it is reach out to 5 people a day, call them, whether it is when you get new leads, here's the way to do it. It all centers around outreach. Call your clients, call your sphere, text people, take them out to lunch, ask them if, it all requires that. And what's funny is that is the part, and actually not even funny, what's understandable is that is the part that we all have the most trouble with, because that is the part where we're putting ourselves out there on the line and saying, hey, any chance you want to hang out or catch up, grab some coffee? Any chance you want, you're interested in selling your home or buying a home? It's us putting ourselves out there ready to be, or asking to be rejected on the chance that somebody goes, actually, yes, I am ready to sell my home. That being said, in today's market, that is the most important thing we can do, is actively market, actively reach out to people, provide value to them when they're not looking for it, when they're not asking for it. Instead of just, again, a postcard that says, work with me, I'm always here, JD's great. First of all, that's not a good postcard, full stop. Secondly, that's not going to have the effect that it did 2, 3, 4 times ago, or 2, 3, 4 years ago. What we need to do now is continue and maintain the relationships that we have with our clients, that we have with our sphere. There is a reason why they are in your sphere of influence. There's a reason why they worked with you the first time. There's a reason why they are in your database. So we shouldn't be afraid to reach out to these people that we've talked to before. Even if it's been 2, 3, 4 years, the worst thing they can do is say, nope, I'm not really ready to sell right now, or I'm not really looking to buy right now. I guess the worst thing they could do is call you and yell at you. But really, the most realistic worst thing they could do is say, no, I'm not really looking to buy, but thanks anyway. The best thing they could do is go, actually, you know what? I do have a few questions around. That was really helpful. But what can we do to reach out in a way that is still providing value without, one, sounding super salesy, but two, providing value that's actually kind of valuable to somebody right now. And then 3, dispel something. So one thing that I've been kind of on a warpath about the past few months is myth busting. And part of that's because I grew up on Mythbusters and I love the show. But part of it also is because there's a lot of stuff in the news online from people who don't know the market like you do, who don't know what's going on in your city, in your neighborhood, in your state, but they do hear the national headlines, or they do take that and run with it and write about it and talk about it. So you have information that other people don't. So not only can you reach out and be helpful, but you can be helpful in ways that people can go, oh, I didn't realize that was the case. Because I saw that online and I just assumed that was the case. So how can you do that in a way that is helpful and powerful? I want to talk about a way to do that with a screen recorder. So there's a couple things I want to go back to the questions here. So Denise said, can we create some videos and then just delete them? And yeah, of course, absolutely. So if you have a BombBomb account, any video you do in the account, you don't have to do anything with. So you could very easily go into your account, shoot a video, shoot 4, shoot 10. And then if you're like, yep, done with that, you could simply go, you could delete them or just never send them out. You could go, yes, awesome. I've got this and I can send it to, I always tell people, send a video to somebody you trust. I always tell people, I will be the person if you want to send the first video to. If you're like, I'm nervous about this. Again, I think our last session or maybe 2 sessions ago was all about overcoming nerves on video. What are the tips and tricks for that? That's on Schmidt Video Classroom. I think it's on the BombBomb page right now as well. But you send it to somebody you trust, because you're always going to be your worst critic. You're always going to go, oh, I hate the way my voice cracked. I hate how many ums and ahs I have. And people you trust are going to watch it and go, that was pretty good. Yeah, you sounded really great there. And you're going to go, oh, okay, great. So you can absolutely create some, delete them, play with the email template, send it to somebody you trust, stuff like that. Carol, I'll show you that real quick, but I am going to talk more about that at the end. But you can go to our BombBomb Square in Schmidt resources and sign up for it there. So we have it at $25 a month right now. And I say right now because I want to show you what BombBomb's pricing is. So we have it for $25 a month. You can sign up for it right here through our link to get our deal. And the reason I say, let me get the link up right here. The reason I say that is because if you go to the BombBomb website for their pricing, we as a company have their plus plan where you can send mass emails, schedule things, have the captions and stuff like that. Their plan, if you pay for a year up front, is $49 a month. If you were to pay it monthly, it's $69 a month. They've had to increase their prices because of life, and we haven't. Ours has stayed $25 a month. So if you were to pay monthly recurring like you would do with the marketing group, you're getting $69 per month of value. God, I sound like an infomercial for $25 a month. So, and then again, I'd say about any other tool, we'll talk more about this at the end. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. There have been plenty of agents who sign up for BombBomb after an informational session, do not use it for 3 months, and then email us and say, hey, I need to cancel my BombBomb account. I haven't been using it and it's not worth it. And I say, sure, we can cancel it, but of course it's not worth it if you don't use it, right? Hey, I got to cancel my cable. I haven't been using it and I don't want it, so it's not worth what I'm paying for it. Well, of course it's not, because you're not watching the shows, and cable's overpriced, but you get my point. So, okay, so I answered those questions. So let's dive into this quick, or not quick here, but let's dive into this. The way I had a call with BombBomb's national trainer. I had a one-on-one call with him about 2 weeks ago, and he said the number one way agents have been successfully relighting relationships and transactions is by a tried and true classic, CMAs. It's simple. It's what we know. We've done them before, but it's doing them virtually, and it's doing them through video, and it's doing them without a client asking. And the way to do it through something like BombBomb, in my opinion, is you're taking Moxie Present and you're taking BombBomb and you're putting them together. Because what Moxie Present allows you to do is have a really great virtual presentation. And of course, the link that I had, cool, I had that all set up and ready ahead of time. Something like this. Again, this is not going to have listings in it because I didn't have listings connected, but you have a really cool presentation here with your listing overview. Let me see if I can just get an actual version of it up. But one of your, let me just see if I can do this quick. Listings, you've got the CMA version of here are the properties, the comps that I pulled together. You've got here's the market trends that are going on right now. You've got all of this information about here's what's going on in your market. Here's what your home could be worth. All of this stuff that you can whip together relatively quickly for a client. And if you were to deliver that to them, it's one, it's super useful, and two, it's easier for them to navigate. But how you can use that with BombBomb is very simple. Is you do to use the screen recorder, and I'm trying to see if I have, again, even any presentation output, emailing, whatever. Moxie Present CMA. I'm just going to Google it and see if I can get some sort of image up, so I can just use that for the training. Whatever. Yeah, perfect. I'll use this image right here. So I can go back to my screen recorder here. I can go video record, blah, 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 go new video, record screen. And I can simply just tell people this. I can say, wait for it. Come on, guys, faster. Okay, so I got my screen recorder up now. I go, I'm gonna bring my face up again. And here we go. Go 3, 2, 1. And I say, hey, Daniela, JD here. I know it's been, 6, 7 months since we last talked, but I have a client in your area and I was working on a CMA for them, just kind of comparing some properties. And they're literally just a couple streets over and made me think of you. So I figured I would use some of that data, get some stuff for yours together, and maybe just do a CMA for you. Don't know if you're looking or anything like that, but figured get a report together for you and show you kind of what the market's looking like for you right now. So just want to go through that quick. I have a link to the whole thing below, but figured I'd show you a couple of pieces right now. And if you had any questions about it, just let me know. So here we go. And then you'd pull it up and you would just simply go through. I would not go through an entire report page by page because that's a lot, but go through 2 or 3 of the pieces, show them. So, hey, here are the properties I pulled together for some comps. I've got yours here, and these are 3 or 4 that are on the market that are active and sold. Here's what they're going for right now. Yours, when you bought it for, I can see this is all blurry right here. You bought it for like 2.1 million. But honestly, if I look at yours compared to these others, it's probably sitting closer to 2.8, 2.9 right now, depending on if there are any repairs needed or whatever. And some of the ones that are pending and sold right now are only set on the market for 20 or 30 days. So again, I don't know if you're looking to move or if you have any, desire to, but if you do, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to talk about it, answer some more questions. Again, full report I have for you is below, but that's all. Just want to chat, send this over to you. If you have any questions, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye now. And that, again, if you looked, I don't know if you guys saw the timer. We'll see if I can pull it up here with the video when it's done. That entire video was 92 seconds. So what I just did was I recorded a 1.5-minute video and put together a report for that. And again, if you heard, I kind of used the angle of, hey, I was pulling a report together for somebody else in your area, and it made me think of you. So I wanted to put this together for you as well. That is a really natural way to go, hey, to make it seem a lot less, oh, you were on my checklist for the day. You were on my, my CRM said, oh, it is my turn to reach out to you today. So I am going to do just that. So it's a much more natural way to go, oh, this is why I was thinking of you. This is why I put this together. So that is a great way to do it. But then you're just saying, hey, here's the information. Here's what I've got. Like I said, you don't go over the entire thing because they could be 5 pages, they could be 9 pages, but go over a couple of points, go over the big value, the big pieces of value, which is, what is my home worth? What do you think it could, how fast do you think it could sell? What do you think I could, do for, do to get it ready? Just a couple of those pieces. And then say, just figure I'd let you know. If you have questions, obviously I'm here to answer them, but I hope you're doing all right. And then you send that over. A bunch of things could happen from that. One, they go, cool, thanks. One, they go, ooh, I do want to know more about that because that sounds great. That sounds like a great, I didn't realize that was a luxury home that screenshot pulled up. The fact that I could go for, 2.1, I had a fan, this is completely true. And you guys have probably heard stories like this. I had a friend who bought a home. This was in the Holland area. He bought a home in July of I don't know, 2-3 years ago. Bought a home in July for 280. Had some family stuff come up. I had to move the next year. Sold it in February for 340. How much math is that? $60,000 swing in a few months. That's the kind of market we're in. If somebody bought a home 2-3 years ago, their home could be worth tens of thousands of dollars more than it was when they bought it 1 year ago, 2 years ago, whatever. So providing that information for them could make them go, oh, wow, okay, I didn't realize it was that much more now. Or it could make them go, you know what? We're not looking to move, but we were just talking to our cousin. We were just talking to our sister or our friend at church or wherever. They were wondering about this. And to know this much info, this might actually be worth sharing with them. We're going to send it over to them or have them reach out to you. Or could you put a report together for this person? All of these things. But you're reaching out to them in a way that, one, feels authentic, and two, is providing value in a way that is, again, busting myths of what's going on. You could even say in that video, yeah, so your home is probably worth about anywhere between $30,000 to $40,000 more than what you bought it for a year or two ago. I know that you're probably hearing a lot in the market right now about it being shaky or this or that, but that really is just kind of the stuff that's going around. It's not all that true. You can address that question in your video to them, but don't go through it. Don't make it a 3, 4, 5 minute thing. Make it a 90-second thing. Make it a 60-second thing. But this, again, just to kind of summarize and to fall back on it, this is a way for you to actively market, to actively reach out to somebody and say, hey, I was thinking of you. I wanted to create this for you and just answer any questions you might have had. And the only reason to not do something like this, whether you do it in BombBomb, whether you do it over the phone or whatever, any sort of active outreach, the only reason to not do it is because it takes time. And that is the reason why we don't follow the trainings or the coachings that I reach out to these 2 people today. Reach out to 1 person a day for every 5 days. Reach out to this. It's because it takes time and we're scared of being rejected. And listen, I'm not in the position where I'm doing it. I get it. It's easier for me to say it than it is to do it. But this is such a simple way to be reaching out to people and providing them with something they didn't have before. And you could sit down, if you wanted to, knock out 4 or 5 of these in half an hour, and then have 4 or 5 videos to send out to 4 or 5 clients individually. And if you've got 300 contacts, or if you've got however many contacts you have in your CRM, you do that once a week. You send out 4 or 5 little CMAs. You're going to get someone who bites and says, "Oh, thanks. That was really interesting. Could we talk a little bit more? Or could I send this to my friend who was thinking of it?" Or whatever that follow up is. You're going to get someone who says something more than, "Thanks, appreciate it," but wants a little bit more. And maybe it's not now, maybe it's a month from now. But we never know. What you never know is where somebody is in that process. Are they looking to buy tomorrow? Are they looking to buy 2 months from now? And if you're not top of mind 2 months from then, but somebody else is, they met somebody else, again, coffee, church, family friend, social media, whatever it is, that person's gone. That person's with somebody else now. So it's the combination of staying top of mind, but actively reaching out to them, actively reaching out to your sphere and saying, "Hey, here's what I can provide to you. What do you think?" So those are 2 different ways to leverage the screen recorder. But what's cool is that oftentimes when I talk about BombBomb and people sign up, they come to me with other ways. "Hey, I did a video on this. I use BombBomb for a video here." You're going to find other ways to do this, other ways to leverage this tool. But BombBomb is, again, it is what I always say, what they said from day one, the way that I always talk about is that at the end of the day, BombBomb is a differentiator. That's what it is at the core to me, is that it is something that you can use that almost no other agent, a competitor, is going to be using. And it can set you apart and maintain relationships now, a year from now, 2 years from now, etc. Well, I was going to tell a story that I've told a billion times, so I'm not going to waste your guys' time on that one. But are there any questions? Please write them in. As I'm waiting for those questions to come in, I'm going to share with you guys one more time how to sign up for this stuff if you are interested in signing up for BombBomb. But please write your questions in if you do have more. If you're interested in signing up for BombBomb, I'm going to send this out. This will be in Blue Matters Monday, this video, but it's always on Schmidt Video Classroom. But right here, you go to Schmidt Resources, you click on the BombBomb square. We have a link to specifically sign up for our Schmidt family of companies offer. It's $25 a month. It is like I said, it's compared to $69 a month. It's a much better offer than the brand you can get outside of the Schmidt family of companies. And on this page, we also have their webinars. They have a literal real estate action plan that they've built. We have our most recent informational, or one of the most recent informationals here, and all of the information you can need. If you have more questions, you can send them my way. If you want to sign up, this is the link to do it. And then again, last thing I'll say, if you want to do this and you're nervous about that first video, send it to me and I will be the person who sees your first video. I promise you it's going to be better than you think it is. So I haven't seen any questions come in, so I feel like we're going to wrap. If something comes up later though, again, you know where to find me, ask away. But thank you guys for being here. Thanks for your time. I cannot recommend this enough. And if you don't use BombBomb to do this, the bottom line for me for now and for the rest of this year and next is actively reach out to your clients. However that makes most sense to you, actively reach out to your clients, okay? Thank you guys so much. I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.